Hello beautiful people. Today I'm going to take you to a startup competition, a demo day competition. This event took place at the University of Utah, but let's see what innovation or cool technology these startups bring to the table. Don't forget to subscribe.
Everyone to get seated. My name is Finn Melanson. I'll be your host tonight. We have a great program for you. All right, hi everyone. My name is Mohan Sudbatula, founder and executive director of Project Embrace. We are an international medical nonprofit organization that collects gently used medical equipment to be sanitized, refurbished, and then redistributed to patients in need all across the world. So the types of things that we tend to collect are crutches, walkers, wheelchairs, things that you would use for a temporary amount of time, but then what? Where do they end up? Well, hopefully with us. In the past, we've worked with orphans, refugees, the displaced, the impoverished, debatably the most vulnerable and marginalized patient populations around the world who face barriers in getting this equipment. And what's unique about us is that we are actually one of 3 medical nonprofits in the United States and the world that deals with used medical equipment. And that tends to come from a pretty interesting place. People have a knee-jerk response when it comes to used medical tech. All of a sudden it's not safe, it's unsanitary. But we're not talking about needles. We're talking about crutches, and they should be reused. Since we launched in 2017, we have collected over 1,000 medical devices and helped hundreds of patients around the world. And some of those communities that we've intervened in are India, Swaziland, and the Navajo Nation. We've also had the amazing opportunity to present at a variety of different places, including the Washington Post, and now this, on top of some national attention. So, at the end of the day, we're still a student startup. That's my car, and that's what it always looks like, just loaded with medical equipment. And this is our wonderful team. We're all a bunch of students, and we're all here from diverse backgrounds because we care about healthcare, and we want to make sure that everyone has access to basic health coverage. But we need your help to do that. See, in our office, we have a saying where we believe it takes individuals to recognize a problem, but communities to realize its solution. What we are asking for is that you vote for us tonight so we can revisit one of our patient populations that we recently intervened in, the Navajo Nation. This is the closest patient population we have to us, so it only cost us $2,211 to send our entire team back out there to do an evaluation of if we had a real impact. See, as a founder, it's not about just giving away crutches. We want to make sure that with our service, people are doing something, that people are now participating in their community, and that there was a substantial increase in the quality of life. In order to do that, we need to see that impact firsthand and do basic patient evaluations and case study. So please consider us for your vote tonight, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Project Embrace. So if you have a question for Project Embrace, text lead with 1 in your text to the number 812-542-5299. And with that, we'll have Bed V.
Hi everyone, my name is Stella, and this is not working. And I'm the founder of Bed V, also known as Sit Up. Over 12 million caregivers in the United States alone provide care, getting elderly individuals in and out of bed every single day. Currently, there's no affordable solution to out-of-bed elevation and getting in and out of bed, and this is decreasing the quality of life for both caregivers and care receivers. Our company is developing a home healthcare device, which is an automatically adjustable bed wedge. That provides customers with an affordable way to adjust in bed without the hassle of implementing a new bed. It adjusts 15 to 60 degrees using a remote control or a phone app that actually shows you the angle you're at, using a cost-effective air bladder technology. It's portable and easy to use, and the built-in mattress foam ensures ergonomic design for increased comfort. For our customer validation, we did more than 100 surveys in nursing homes, physical therapies, and medical supply stores. 81% of people said they would purchase BedV for a loved one or through their health insurance, and 60% said they would buy it for themselves. In another research, we used Qualtrics to gather data and targeted $200 in Facebook ads and reached about 60 customers that were willing to fill out our surveys. The company also partnered with a local medical supply store called Affinity Home Medical, and will be doing in-store testing and surveys with the clients that can test our prototype. As you can see, current adjustable models on the market range anywhere from $700 to $10,000, and majority of US population cannot afford this price. On the other hand, lower priced wedge pillows just don't satisfy all consumers' needs. BedV is a hybrid between an adjustable bed and a wedge pillow. My milestone today is to launch Indiegogo campaign. Those funds will be crucial for us to secure a manufacturing partner, as well as cover all the costs associated with manufacturing. Up to date, we finished our product name, logo, we purchased a domain and G Suite. We did our surveys that led our Facebook ads that led to our surveys. And also we have our WordPress website, go check it out. We commissioned a professionally written keyword blog article, and we filed our utility patent and funded a PCT application. We're asking for $1,700 for an animated video, lifestyle photos, Bing and Facebook ads, and also to create a network with Indiegogo. With your support today, we'll be able to improve the quality of life of a greater portion of those caregivers, as well as people that are bedridden and in need of help sitting up or sleeping upright. And we hope to empower them through independence. Thank you.
All right, thank you, BedV. If you have any questions for BedV, lead with the number 2 in your question to the number 812-542-5299. And with that, we will hear from Little Wanderers.
Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Lander and I'm the co-founder of Little Wanderers Studios, and I'd like to introduce our first game. The premise of Project Wanderer came to us when we started looking at what the game industry lacks. Now, as a woman, I immediately recognized the lack of female representation in games, but to take one step further than that, the lack of representation of all genders, of all races, this is a problem, especially with games being such an influential medium. We need games that are more diverse and include more diversity in them. So, Project Wanderer is a game that is going to have a main character who is racially ambiguous, non-gendered, as well as mute. Well, first of all, we needed to consider, is this going to actually represent people? Do people feel represented by a character like this? Therefore, we did 2 types of customer validation. We looked at a poll which received 71 responses, as well as we did 20 interviews. We received overwhelmingly positive reviews in our central themes, our character, our plot, as well as our art style. We were also able to receive a lot of information in regards to our target market and price. From our target market research, we were able to determine that our target market is actually the indie game community, as about 90% of those interviewed actually had played some kind of indie game in some form or another. We looked at 3 different games that were similar to ours to compare and see if we actually were different. We looked at Limbo, Hollow Knight, and Journey, which are all indie games who have either a racially ambiguous character or a non-gendered character. However, they do not have both. They all include very, very important themes of adventure, exploration, but they don't include themes about diversity, about self-discovery, which we would like to include in our game. Our game also has very different play styles, and we feel that people who enjoy these games will very much enjoy ours. Our milestone is our website, as we would like to increase our online presence so that we can get more people to understand our ideas, get them out into the world, and this is a great way to do that. But also, a website is useless if you don't have people looking at it. Therefore, we would also like to start marketing. Marketing also opens up for us to be able to build our fan base and make it possible for crowdfunding as well as getting playtesters. Therefore, we are asking $750 for our website, as we have received an amazing offer. We are also asking for $1,250 to begin paying monthly fees for our online ads as well as streamers to stream our games and our demo. We feel like this is the best next step for us, as it will not only promote our game studio, but also get our ideas out in the world and make the gaming industry hopefully a more diverse place in the long run. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Little Wanderers. If you have a question for Little Wanderers, text the number 3 in your question to 812-542-5299. Now we'll hear from Jurassic.
Hello, checking 1, 2. Do we just start right now? Okay. How does this play?
Hello, my name is Adam.
I'm Kristen.
We are Jurassic. So we are taking the concept and the idea of combining a patch and a pin. Okay, pins can be a little bit clunky, a little bit heavy when you start to collect them, and then patches can be, somewhat permanent. Okay, so we are taking the idea of making a pinch, which is a wearable, tradable, trackable pinch.
So the problem that this solves is, if you were to take a look at Bridger right here, in the EDM community, people are creating these emblems. We're a material hashtag. We want to remember those incredible experiences that we're having with individuals. So for him, I might have just spent like 3 hours, probably way more than 3 hours making this, but he can't wear it in his real life. But now I trade this to him and he remembers how amazing that connection was, and he can wear it in his everyday life. For our customer validation, over the past 10 months, we've collected about 1,324 surveys through interviews over the phone and in person, and basically what we've found out is that people spend at least $300 on merchandise when they get into a festival, and before they even get to a festival, they spend about $200 making these, which are beautiful and amazing, but once you get 10, they live in a shoebox. So our funding is going to allow us further validation, and we already have 30 pre-ordered pinches. For the competitive analysis, you see we're designed to trade. You're going to have original artwork. You can custom order it. It's trackable. It'll help you increase social cohesion and community. We don't have industrial equipment though, so we're not going to be able to get these out as fast as another manufacturer might be able to. Our milestone.
So our current milestone is we are in the initial prototype stage. So we need to get prototypes out there so that we know what's going on with these patches.
So the initial patch of prototyping, after you do so much research, you get this idea of what people want. But right now we need to actually create 200 of them, which we're going to end up giving out to DOS Energy to see, are people trading them? Are they going to be on the ground when the festival's over? Do they know how to sign up? Do they feel loved and inspired by our message? We need this for initial prototyping, because it doesn't matter how many times people tell you something's great, unless you get actual validation, you don't really know. And so we're asking for $1,065 to help get a provisional patent so that we can hand these out. We need to get 300 embroidered patches and 200 pieces of backing, which we have to put on ourselves. We're asking for help with promoting, because we have to pay to be able to promote our product and to see how people engage and to use the BTU name, which is DOS Energy, is August 16th and 17th, where we will be pitching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jurassic. So again, if you have a question for Jurassic Horn, text the number 4 and then your question to 812-542-5299. And with that, we're going to hear from Kingdom Works.
Hey everybody, I am Chris Pavlikovich. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Kingdom Works, and I'm here to talk about the first app that my company is building. So I've been a software engineer for about 10 years now, and during that time, obviously you can imagine it's gotten really busy, but during that time I've always taken time to volunteer with nonprofit groups, and particularly with faith organizations, my church for example, right? And so what I found volunteering is that almost always the organization is really having trouble with connecting with young people and basically staying relevant in our modern digital age. And so and actually almost all of the organizations I've worked for, they find out I'm a software engineer, they're like, hey, can you please build us an app, right? And so what I found is that almost all these organizations that have the same fears, they fear becoming technologically irrelevant, they fear not connecting with young people, they fear not engaging with people, and they all have the same technical needs. They need to be able to communicate about what's going on in their nonprofit, they need to keep people galvanized about their cause and their mission and what they're doing. And so what's the solution to this? So really simple, I'm building an app that sort of creates a micro social media network for that nonprofit group, where it's a siloed nonprofit, or correction, sorry, it's like a siloed social media app that everybody in the organization can use to communicate, to feel engaged, to see where their donations are going, etc. So customer validation, like I said, I was approached by a bunch of nonprofits, but then I went out and I surveyed and I interviewed dozens, almost 100 nonprofit leaders, and I found that they all had this same problem. We built, so I said, okay, I'm gonna move forward with building this app. We built a UX design prototype. We put that in front of people, we got valid feedback, and the result was that around 6 organizations have said, hey, we want to be your first customers moving forward. So competitive analysis, there's a few competitors in the space. These are more targeting faith apps. They're not really driving engagement, and they're not really sort of answering the question, why does your organization even need an app in the first place? So currently I'm developing the app, like I said, I'm a software engineer, and I'm trying to build it and reach a certain point, a deadline. And so my goal right now is to finish building that app. And so I'm asking for $2,500 to pay another software engineer to come alongside me and finish building the app. And so that's 100 hours at $25 an hour. Thank you for listening. With your support, obviously, we'll be impacting nonprofit communities in a valley.
Thank you, Kingdom Works. If you have a question for Kingdom Works, text the number 5 and then your question to that same number, 812-542-5299. And last but not least, Beacon Sleep Solutions.
Thank you very much. All right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've been enjoying our sleep paralysis simulator, or if you haven't experienced it firsthand, at least experience the screams of other people enjoying it, or not, as the case may be. My name is Micah Sloan, and I'm up here with my partner, Joseph Arrington.
And we are Beacon Sleep Solutions. What we are doing is we are creating technology to help the millions of people around the world who suffer from sleep disorders like sleep paralysis, sleepwalking, night terrors, and the like. So these people, they go around and it starts in their childhood, and they develop these anxieties and these disorders, depression, not wanting to go to sleep because they hate the things that they have to go through, and they suffer these demonic hallucinations, or they hurt themselves while they're going through sleepwalking. Also, if you guys are interested afterward, you can come over to our station. We have a sleep paralysis simulator so you can see how some of this works. So what we've done is we've created technology that will detect when the biorhythms will show these disorders happening, and it will intervene and wake the person up. So we have gone through and we've gone online and we've talked to people about we've had thousands of interactions with people all around the world. We haven't even asked them to buy it yet, and people are flooding our messages saying, this sounds so amazing, we're so excited, we want to buy this, we're very excited. And so we're here to help us move along and get this technology out there. So some of our competitors include the Sleep Guardian by Lully, but they only help people who have night terrors. People who have sleepwalking or sleep paralysis, it does not help them. So what we're wanting to do is use technology from the Apple Watch to make our dream come true.
And when we're looking at whether it be our internal devices or based on smartwatch platforms like the Apple Watch, we're out here trying to help people. So our app will actually be free to start. So if you want to just be able to get help on your single night of sleep, it'll watch for you and wake you up when you're having an issue. However, if people want to incorporate features like sleep tracking or analytics or be able to export data to their healthcare provider to show how they're sleeping at night, we'll have upgradable tiers that will also include the discounts on our in-house hardware. This will ultimately result in repeat business. So when it comes from last round, we were lucky to win a fair amount of funding. We were able with that to finally launch our fully developed professional website, and we were able to start engaging with our pre-alpha testers. These are people who are monitoring their sleep on their Apple Watches, and they're exporting data to us so we can hone our algorithms based on data from people who are all over the country and not just off Joseph here. So for this milestone, we are most of the way through our patent. We're actually looking to move forward into getting into bed with some VCs. We're looking to take that next step to graduate from get seeded funding into proper venture capital funding. And to do that, we need to have our patent finished. So our patent, due to some clerical errors with the USPTO, ended up dying for a while. And so even though we're out of pocket over $4,500 on this patent, we're still $2,500 short of having complete control over our patent and being able to go to VCs and saying, we own the IP and we're ready to take this further. And so that's what we're here for to ask you guys for. We're asking you to help us help the 13 million Americans suffering on a nightly basis or weekly basis from these sleep disorders, from sleepwalking to night terrors to chronic nightmares and people with sleep paralysis like Joseph here. Thank you very much for your time.
They all have a wheelchair. We want to follow up with patients like that to make sure that there actually was a sustained impact beyond just getting the wheelchair to see if it was helpful. So to fund our entire team to go out there and to make sure that we're doing a sound and ethical job, we need the money to revisit it.
Okay, thank you. This one is for Bedvi. Bedvi, who do you expect will purchase your device?
So we are targeting, our initial market segment is basically the caregivers of the elderly that are providing the care for them.
Thank you, Bedvi. Okay, this one is for Little Wanderers Studios. How many fans do you plan on generating?
Well, hopefully as many as possible. Currently we have about 200 followers. We're hoping to get at least hopefully 1,000. So currently we're wanting to market based on streamers. And so we're looking at streamers who have thousands and thousands of followers. So we're currently working on our demo, having streamers play our demo, and our demo will be hopefully free for everyone. They can go out and play the demo, see how they like it, tell their friends, and post on social media. So if they have thousands of followers, which we're hoping to only pick people who do, then hopefully thousands more for us.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, Jurassic Horn. What is the cost of the average pinch?
So the cost to actually develop, if you order in bulk, say about 1,000, comes out to be about 6 cents per patch if you already have your design. And through market research, and we're continuing to do research, people are willing to buy a pack of 5 for about $25 to $30. So a return on cost would go from 5 cents to 30.
Awesome, thank you so much. Kingdom Works. Why don't nonprofits and religious groups use mediums like Facebook instead of your app?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I volunteer a lot, right? And the thing that you keep hearing, like from in my experiences and from other nonprofit organizations, is that okay? Well, so older people are on Facebook, younger people are on Snapchat, and then there's like this gray area of people that are on Instagram, right? And so they have a very like segmented user base, and like organizing all of those people together into one single. And the other complaint that I hear from organizations is, hey, we have 8 different apps in order to maintain our organization. So it's a headache, and like the data segmented. And so yeah, that's the answer.
Thank you so much. And Beacon Sleep Solutions, could you explain again why you need to recover your patent?
Yeah, so what happened originally, we launched our company on our own without Lasan Studios. This was an independent project. And so we bootstrapping everything, doing everything on our own. We applied for our patent by ourselves, and we were using the USPTO to go through that. We were given some incorrect instructions from one of the phone representatives at the USPTO, and we received a letter 2 days after this an expiration date had passed saying, hey, your patent has now been put down as being dead because you didn't file the paperwork correctly. I spent probably a total of 15 hours with the USPTO on the phone, talking to them, explaining to them what happened, and in the end what they said was, I'm so very sorry that this happened to you guys, but in the end, even if we give you bad information, it's your responsibility to get things done the right way, even if we give it the wrong way to you. So what we did after that point is, and this was shortly before joining Lassonde, we teamed up with a lawyer that we know, and he went through and he is reviving our patent so we can move forward and get venture capital funds. So now that that's happened and he's gotten all that taken care of, that's the final step we need to get it back and be back up in patent pending territory.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the team for answering those great questions. So that concludes the Q&A section. You guys are free to leave. Okay. Thank you. There are 3 teams that will be funded. The first is Little Wanderer Studios for $2,000. The second is Project Embrace for $2,211. And Beacon Sleep Solutions for $2,500. You're getting your patent back. So, before I talk about a couple logistical matters, let's just give a big round of applause for everyone that pitched tonight.